Booker T. Washington. Success in life is founded upon attention to the smaller things rather than to the large things, to the everyday things nearest to us rather than to the things that are remote and uncommon. Booker T. Washington was a fundamental character who has had a great effect on education today. Booker T. Washington was a born slave into a slave family in 1856. He was born to his black mother Jane and her white master, his father, James Burroughs. Booker T, as a young boy, was always a hard worker but had an extreme desire to learn. When he was only 9 years old, he was working 3 jobs as a houseboy for a well-known white family, also as a salt furnace worker and in coal mines. Not only was he working at night, after work he would attend night classes at a recently opened African American school. This attitude of hard work, determination, and good work ethic became the foundation of Booker T. Washington's educational theory. Booker T. eventually finished his education and began teaching at the Hampton Normal and Agricultural Institute in Virginia. After 2 years, Washington was invited to become headmaster at Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama. This is where Mr. Washington was allowed to use all of his innovative ideas and reform education as we know it. Washington believed that the best interests of black people in the post-Reconstruction era could be realized through education in the crafts and industrial skills and the cultivation of the virtues of patience, enterprise, and thrift. He urged his fellow blacks, most of whom were impoverished and illiterate from laborers, to temporarily abandon their efforts to win full civil rights and political power and instead to cultivate their industrial and farming skills so as to attain economic security. Booker T. Washington was motivated to bring the black race success in life. In order to do this, his main focus was on education that sticks in the mind and transforms a person. Booker T. was less concerned with book learning and more concerned with helping his race succeed in society by teaching them a trade that promised them a profession. Things like basic hygiene, manners, hard work to make a living, and etiquette were important subjects to Washington as well. He was more concerned with his race becoming socially and economically accepted by the white community, rather than becoming scholarly literate. Washington believed that before African Americans could ever have an effect or say with scholarly subjects, they must first be accepted as equal people. Most of the black community agreed with this theory, however, one strong critic was W.E.B. Du Bois. Du Bois believed that Mr. Washington's program practically accepts the alleged inferiority of the Negro races. He argued that this new curriculum was setting the race up for disaster, in their own minds and the minds of the country. True, the civil rights movement for African Americans did decrease in its strength and progress during this time, while on the other hand, Tuskegee Institute's biggest group of students were poor, illiterate blacks who needed extended focus in the most basic of subjects. Washington taught students to succeed in society and learn tools to think critically, problem-solving, wisdom, and knowledge. Booker T. Washington made a huge impact on today's education. Students in the American school system cannot escape through high school without having taken a health class, wig shop, music, welding class, or learning some other trade. Booker T. Washington will be remembered as a strong character that helped equality finally come to fruition, and also the lasting impact he made on vocational education.